Story 1. When someone is talking about a subject and they're at first a little hesitant to sound too enthusiastic, but you can tell they're really wanting to discuss it, and then you mention you find it interesting, and suddenly they're telling you about bones in a parking lot or the lucky find of some rusty coins with all the excitement of a kid at Christmas. Or when someone brings you a rock and is nearly screaming because it's stripy, and they launch into an explanation of rocks and what makes this rock different from that other rock, because first the color and then the texture. Story 2. Smiles. My husband has this adorable little tooth that shows when he is really happy, and it just melts my heart every time. I know he means that smile. Story 3. Being intimidating. You know that girl at the bar no one is approaching because her resting unpleasant face is more like resting serious face? I'm already imagining raising children with her. Story 4. A visible, pulsing carotid artery. No idea why. It just feels really intimate. Like, I can see your heartbeat. I probably shouldn't be allowed out in public. Story 5. Secretly being super nerdy but feeling shy about discussing their interests. I don't know. It makes me feel like there's a much stronger connection than if they were very open about it from the start. Probably also because I'm the same way. Story 6. Nothing gets me more intrigued than the ability to regulate their emotions. I know that sounds so unusual, but when a guy takes a moment to pause and walk away from a situation that is upsetting him, or even better, de-escalate the situation in a mature and reasonable way, it's like a waterfall in my thoughts. Story 7. I do not know how to explain this, but there's something about the way a person's mouth moves when they speak. There are good ones and bad ones. There's something specifically I cannot put my finger on that's just like, wow, I like that. Story 8. Imperfections. I am so put off by commercialized sexuality where everything is perfect, smooth, symmetrical, hairless, and so on. Our bodies are not supposed to be perfect. Love them for what they are and not for what marketing says they should be. Inverted nipples, lopsided breasts, and labia, vitiligo, cellulite, freckles, it is all okay and it's all normal. Story 9. Unique features, not the ones that are seen as classic beauty features, but ugly features as some people would call them. So incredibly attractive. I have a big crooked nose, and I hated it for 30 years. Now, it's the thing I love the most about myself. Story 10. Scars, crooked bunny teeth, socially awkward people with an I don't give a care attitude, back of the neck, baby hairs, being fragile and sensitive, guys being slightly to moderately muscular without being absolutely ripped, just hands in general, a nonchalant, forget everything and peace out attitude, people singing no matter how bad it is, not really punctual with a little bit of clumsiness and laziness, grown-up people turning into babies when they are sick, people who absolutely don't care about what others might say or think and just do their own thing, being a little petty. Story 11. Left-handedness. I don't know how it works, but I'll develop a bit of a crush on someone, then much later see him writing. The number of lefties I like is much higher than I would expect, given how rare they are. Story 12. I find people trying to be better attractive. When I see an older, overweight individual or someone at the gym struggling to do a simple workout, I want to go over to them, tell them I love them and support them, and cheer for every 3-pound bicep curl or every 2 miles per hour step on the treadmill. People willing to get out there and make a change. People willing to go out there, warts and all, and try. I truly love those people and find them extremely attractive. I am attracted to their souls. They help me so much. I was that older, overweight individual who could barely walk once. Seeing someone else on that journey gives me hope for myself. Story 13. This is really weird, and it's not a sexual attraction. When I see someone with cut scars on their arms or legs, I can't help but smile. I see that they had struggles and had to fight through something. I'm glad to see they're still around. It's really inspiring to me. I still remember a girl I saw a few years ago at a restaurant who had a lot of scars. I looked at her and was proud of her for sticking around. I never said a word to her, but I think about her frequently, and I hope that she's okay and made it through what she was dealing with. I want to know their life story. I love hearing people's stories. I'm attracted to their mental courage and strength. Story 14. I'm 5 feet 4 inches. I like guys my height or slightly taller. The tallest within my best height category would be 5 feet 8 inches. It's not a deal breaker when dating, but I like looking someone in the eye when talking to them standing up, rather than up their nostrils. Also, shorter guys are cute. Edit. I didn't mean I like all short men. I like the attractive ones. Story 15. Interest in poetry and classical novels is intriguing to me. I do not really know why, but I find it incredibly appealing. They captivate interest and have an eloquent way with words. Sadly, I believe it is very rare, especially among today's generation. I am in college, and I have met only one person who shares this interest in my entire life. He was a decade older and was surprised to learn that I am an avid reader as well. I wish people would step away from their social media and video game obsessions and engage more with reading, particularly books of quality. It is highly attractive, stimulating, and contributes to profound conversations. Story 16. When someone is really good at explaining complicated things in a simple way, there's something about that level of understanding and communication that's super attractive. Story 17. A woman with an overbite, stoner girl eyes, and a perpetual smile just captivates me. They not only appear beautiful to me, but they also usually give off really nice vibes. Sure, I'll get in your unmarked van, lady. Story 18. I am black with freckles. I get complimented on them a lot, like it's my most mentioned feature, even without knowing the person. Perfect strangers mention my freckles to me all the time. I do not really get why, but it happens frequently. Story 19. Ankles. I compliment my wife on her sexy ankles all the time, and she thinks it's weird. It doesn't hurt that they're attached to her sexy calves. But it all starts at her ankles for me. Story 20. When women wear one specific shade of purple that I like, I have no idea why, but I saw one woman wearing it, and it just seemed to be such an attractive thing afterwards. Story 21. People who like being wrong. I love being wrong. If someone shows me that I am wrong, it means I have learned something new and I am marginally better than I was the day before. Even if I am not fully convinced that I am wrong, I do get to hear and learn about another perspective on any topic, which is awesome. I like seeing that trait in other people. It means we can have really awesome conversations about a wide range of topics. That mental stimulation is super attractive. But all too often, people view being wrong as being inferior or small. They react as if they are being personally attacked, which is an instant turn-off. Story 22. Some degree of maturity, like knowing when to be serious and being slightly dominant, not necessarily because I am into that, but because I am kind of autistic and they are direct with what they want. Story 23. Protruding veins on hands and arms. I just associate it with excellent cardiovascular health and fitness and think it looks so manly. Also, big or pronounced noses. I love my boyfriend's big nose. Story 24. Cute or shy girls that are less stereotypically attractive. There is something just really natural about them, and seeing them be themselves and share their passions without hiding behind social norms is just really refreshing. Story 25. I don't know why, but I've always been attracted to bullied or ostracized people. It's like adopting them. Also, I don't know if it has something to do with being a narcissist. Story 26. There is a phenomenon where people who have had braces or orthodontics earlier in life have a slightly different way of talking and the way their jaw moves. My brain always picks up on it, and I find it really attractive because the first girl I fell in love with had this. The only example I can think of off the top of my head is the lead actress in Fringe. Story 27. People who don't talk too much and are largely quiet are attractive to me. Women with diastema are also attractive to me. Women with a small face and large eyes are attractive to me.